Well, hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Specter of Torment. And let's just get started. You just gotta press a button to end it. The Enchantress will appear. You've returned. I assume Black Knight has joined our ranks. Neither words nor... I'm going to constantly change their voices every episode. I just hope you keep that in mind. Neither words nor scythe had any effect. The fool persists in some fruitless quest. Indeed, it seems as I am dealing with only fools here. Was I a fool to trust you? Tarry here no longer, and for your sake pray that the others are less abstinent. Bring the knights immediately. Yeah, I'm never gonna get those voices down. But yeah, we start off, and we're in the Tower of Fate. First, let me introduce you to Red. My beloved, my betrothed, my heart breaks for her red skull, lies misplaced, oh, to see her crimson face once more. If you should happen upon a red skull, even 100 of them, then I beg you, please bring them to me. In the past life, I hunted curios, but I trade them all away just to see my lover once again. Surely these would interest you. So here's where you get curios. Curios are a lot like relics and arcana from Shovel of Hope and Plague of Shadows respectively. I recommend buying the Will Skull first. This is by far the most important one. So we get a little training course that teaches us how to use the curio, which is actually really cool. It would seem that a curse has been placed here. I am afraid your scythe will not be of no use. Why is that, you ask? Sorry, but that's an ancient skeleton's secret. We'll regroup ahead. Tread carefully. So, escape. This is the Will Skull. Clutch the skull to regain will. It's as simple as it sounds. It's a full heal. Kinda like Red Ichor. I wouldn't really compare it to the healing item from the Arcana, right? It's not really like that because you just use it and it gives you full health. But yeah, it has you can use it as long as you have darkness. It is extremely helpful. It is probably it's the first Arcana I would recommend. It's the first curio I would recommend getting. That curio is no mere babble. Use it wisely. So we have 7. But if we come down here, we can find another one right there. So I recommend going to grab that, and then coming back to him and grab the Dread Talons. These 2 curios are the most important. At the end of the day, these are the ones you would use the most. So again, your scythe is blocked. This is the Dread Talons. Unleash a powerful close-range strike. This is extremely important. See, you can just slash like that, and it just cuts through everything in its way. The most important part of this, though, is these guys. Those knights can be a pain to fight, but if you have the Dread Talons, they die in a single hit. So, always remember that it's extremely useful. But it's just a simple forward slash, nothing more. It is really worth it. So next up on our list, we have this guy. These creatures are gathering around a vessel marked with a cloak. Perhaps I'll make an offer. Offer 800 gold. If you have as much money as I do, I just recommend doing this now. Just give it. You have to give 800 gold 3 times. So just do that. And hopefully, he'll turn into this thing. Right? State your business, abomination. Who are you? We are Manny. We like your gold. We like your cloak. Touch it? New powers, yes. We cloak you in darkness. So, if you have enough money, get the Cloak of Clemency. Oops, I hit the wrong button. The Cloak of Clemency is basically your red armor from Shovel of Hope, or the I think it was blue armor in Plague of Shadows. Very important. It allows you to retain more money when you die, and it when you do fall in like spikes or pits, if you have enough will and darkness, you will continue to live on. Very important. This is Missy. Oh, Specty, welcome back. If you ever miss any wisp chests, I can summon them here. Their contents here. But you know, supplies, I need gold. It isn't cheap to summon a wisp, whether it's for will or darkness. I've got nothing to sell you. You're so meticulous, Specty. but maybe I can still help you. Let's see. Darkness Wisps are in Clockwork Tower, Explodatorium, or the Lich Yard. Any other place you'll find a Wilfer Wisp. So she will, in case you miss a Wisp in a level, she will give it to you. For, I think it's about 4,000 gold. You will never need her if you're following along with this series. I'll show you where all the Wilfer and Darkness Wisp are. And then last here, we have the Mirror and the Acolyte. Wait, hail Lord Specter Knight, glory to the Enchantress. She has entrusted me to operate this darkness portal. Cross through it, and you'll reach your target in a mere moment. Shall I prepare the magic mirror for your departure? Yes. And now this gives, instead of having a world map, like Plague of Shadows and Shovel of Hope, instead we just have a level select, right? You can go to any of the levels, any order. There are no rules. But I think we're going to start off with Polar Knight. So let's just head in. Let's just get the ice physics level out of the way early. Also, you may notice that when you're jumping, the slash that you normally have changes color depending on your cloak. It's really cool. And then now we have these. These are rails. You can grind on the rails. You can do tricks on them, right, by holding either up or down while you jump. They're kind of cool. This is the main level that uses them. Of course, you can't wall jump on ice. Just don't fall off. There are, I think, a lot of instant death traps here, if I remember correctly. Sometimes you always gotta check along those walls for any items or red skulls or anything like that. Just always be prepared. Be careful when walking along dirt. It will get more complicated as time goes on. Trust me, those dirt puzzles are annoying. So we have this little guy. I recommend waiting for him to get over, standing where he was, and getting over and jumping through him. You have a few hits. You can take a few, you can hit him a few times, but just be careful. Because if he dies, it's over. Luckily, once you break that open, you should have no problem. Remember that the Dread Talons will always kill that guy. Very useful. Yeah, now we've already got 2 red skulls. Very handy. So this is that dirt I was telling you about, where if you fall onto it, you'll just slash straight through it, so be careful. And here we have a mini-boss. It uses the rainbow stuff that, remember those rainbow things in, right, the rainbow platforms in Polar Knight stage? It's a boss based around that. This is what happens if you die, you take enough, you fall off. Sometimes you'll just die if you don't have enough will or darkness. Other times you'll just come back like I just did right there. It's very useful. It's not always needed, but there will be some levels where I do highly recommend it. It doesn't really matter in this one, but because we have it, we might as well use it. Here's another red skull. Then we have our other new mechanic in this level. That hasn't been in any previous game. Buttons. Basically, there are buttons that will allow you to switch the platforms. It's very simple. Just keep in mind what you're on. Where you can always see the shadow of where the platform was. And here we have our next will chest. Simple, or will for wisp. Again, it increases your will. I don't even know why you'd go up there. These guys can be really annoying. But you can use that, block off their path, and then just climb up. The orbs also do change the direction of the rails, so yeah, keep that in mind. Let's see, so now we go down here. Get this. Now just stay on this. Jump, climb back over. Just avoid falling off the edge. You can hit this and then go back. Yeah, it's very simple. It's just go across like that. You remember these hammer guys? They can throw hammers. That enemy can only be hurt if you hit it from the sides. Any going above hand won't work on it. Always, here's a tip. If you're ever about to like fall into a pit, and you're near enough to a ledge, always try to hold on to it. There's usually always a way you can save yourself from dying. Usually. Yeah. Oh. Again, you can break these if you want to, and we'll actually talk about like a certain reason the game will actually give you to want to break them later on. But for now, don't worry about it. Come over here. And boom, there's another Red Skull. The Red Skulls, they're usually not hard to get, they're just hard to find. That doesn't mean for all of them, but it does get a few. You can, again, you very precise. The precision is very important in Specter of Torment. Right here we have a large container of darkness. There are two ways to get darkness if you haven't seen already. You can get it you can just find those little pickups every once in a while, or whenever you kill an enemy, they tend to drop darkness. Let's head down here. We have these guys. These are rail grinders. They simply just grind upon the rails. And here we find a chest and a Red Skull. And now we're getting near into our last big cart operation. Just remember to keep jumping. If you miss that Red Skull, that's one where I recommend staying low to the ground at that point. If you miss it like I do, that's probably the hardest one to get in this level, just because if you're staying too above ground, you'll miss it. Oh, I almost died right there. Yeah, just remember, this cloak is very useful to avoid stuff like that, so just keep that in mind as well. And yeah, let's go down here, let's kill these guys again. But yeah, sometimes there are moments in this game where it's easier to die than it is to like go back and just do the level again. But yeah, rail grinding overall isn't too hard. Just stay low to the ground right there and you'll be fine. You got all our money back. You see that Red Skull right there? Don't worry about it. We'll get it right here. Because you have to jump back and grab it. The other one that I killed myself to get, you can't go back and get. And hey, it's Polar Knight. Your reputation precedes you, Polar Knight. The glory of battle awaits you in the Enchantress's new order. Not much for words. Is there nothing you desire? My master's willing to make it worth your time. Yeah, man for little words. They did actually, a lot of the bosses have been changed up. The entire game has, but the bosses especially. And what they did to Polar Knight, I think, is actually really cool. Where they made it so his boss fight now, it can scroll, right? It's not just like a square. He can scroll like from side to side. There's also these towers that he can take down. Oh crap, he actually killed me. Oh god, how do I even... You know, I'm so used to... Because I played... Right, the first time I played this, I played it on the Switch. So I don't even know how to change... I don't even know how to change... Because one of the nice things is that in... At least, I think... In the Switch version, they changed it so that you no longer have to worry about... Instead of having to open up a menu... You can now change your curios by hitting the trigger button. But keyboard doesn't have trigger, so I have no idea how to do it. I thought it was using... Oh, somehow I did that. I guess it has something to do with hitting the number buttons. I don't really know how I did that, but whatever, I'll take it. And boom, there we go. Took me a second try, sadly. Yeah, I guess it seems... I bet each number on the number pad converts to a different item. Not 100% sure on that, but... But yeah, and that's it. With all that being done, we've taken on Polar Knight in the freezing fjords, and we beat him. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.